Hello and welcome back, or hello and welcome if you are new. Today I have part 2 of this cleaning video for you guys, which would be the upstairs. It honestly just needed more picked up than anything. There was just like a lot of clutter. We'll be starting out in Bennett and Halston's room because I knew that Halston would likely go down for a nap here pretty shortly, so I'm going through his clothes, pulling out all of his 0 to 3 month stuff. He is almost 7 months old. I'm thinking that I want to start doing these videos just as a whole instead of like part 1 and part 2. I'm always worried of my videos like being too long and then like it not being very watchable for you guys. I wanted to apologize for not posting for a few weeks. I know it seems silly, but I've just been feeling super unmotivated and like happy with my videos, so I think, you know, I will do like a sit down video to talk more about this, but I think there's gonna be some changes coming. Kenny and I really like discussed this quite a bit. Even with this clean with me, like I just wasn't feeling very creative with it, and like I was kind of having a hard time editing it because I'm just like, I want to be more creative and it just doesn't really show in this video, so I am excited to hopefully have some changes coming your way. was gonna have to wait to vacuum because, like I said, I knew he wanted to go down for a nap pretty soon, and that is exactly what he did. Moving on to Hendricks' room. He is pretty good to keep it picked up, but to where we were all just sick after this, like it just didn't really happen, and so I didn't mind helping him. I feel like I say that a lot though. Like I personally, and I know like everybody has a different outlook on this, and that is totally fine. Like you parent your child how you want. I have no problem with Hendricks helping, obviously, but also there's like a certain point where like the mess is almost too much for him. For me, it's overwhelming. I can only imagine as like a little 7-year-old what that mess looks like. I feel like once I'm able to reorganize like his toys and stuff, it'll be a lot easier for him to, you know, pick up when he's done. Tried my best to censor Hendricks' underwear. It was like right in plain sight, and I just don't want that on the internet. I think in my last cleaning video, I was talking about how to manage Legos a little better. Now that I like have said that, now I'm on to Nerf guns. That's kind of the new collection we have going, and there's just so many different sizes and varieties that I'm like dreading finding a spot to put them. I never finished making Hendricks' bed when I washed his sheets, so I'm getting around to that. And I decided to flip his quilt over. I'm pretty sure it's reversible. If not, we're gonna make it reversible. I just needed to like change something. I kind of get sick of looking at the same thing over and over, so I did give that a flip. I also dread making his bed because it's like up against the wall. Not let me take down this Merry Christmas wall window decal thing on his window. So I'm gonna have to find some like spring ones or something. Like he was so sad that I took down his lights around his bed, so I'm gonna have to find some like spring ones or like all year round ones. I guess I could get just like plain string lights, that would work also. I'm just organizing his dresser, the million Legos. I always keep like his few favorite things up there, like he's got a picture of him and his grandma and his dinosaur bank, so he's got all of his little money in there from like losing teeth and stuff. He also has his cologne, and he has been so cute with it, you guys. He loves to spray it in the morning and at night, and he's always like, "Mom, don't I smell so good?" And like you can just see how much it like boosts his confidence. It's so cute, and it makes me happy that he's enjoying it as much as I thought he would. with cleaning, we're also doing lots of disinfecting, and yes, I picked up all of those Legos that were hiding under the bed. Moving on to mom and dad's room, where majority of us have hung out while we were sick. I feel like this dresser tends to accumulate a lot. Like, we have some dead leaves from some flowers that died probably a week prior. We've got some random books, some clean laundry, mismatched socks. There's even Hendricks' tooth that he lost a few days prior. Some school pictures from the beginning of the school year. Like, it's accumulated quite a bit, and I have honestly been doing better about it since this video. Actually, that really kind of goes for like any of the house. I feel like I've been doing so much better at like keeping it picked up, being more mindful. Like, it literally takes me 3 seconds to put that away. Like, why am I not already doing that? I know sometimes I get distracted with the kids, or like they need my attention and I forget about it, or like, I know, I understand why it gets the way that it does sometimes, but also I know that I could be better. And I feel like so far, granted it's been like what, 2 or 3 weeks, but I've been doing so much better about keeping things picked up and like the dresser cleared off. Not even just like in our room, even like downstairs, like keeping the kitchen picked up and on top of dishes. Been so much more manageable, and I think I'll feel a lot better once I can actually like organize things. Halston woke up and I had a few minutes before I had to pick up Hendricks from school, so I decided to vacuum the little boys' room and Hendricks' room. That way it was like all nice and clean for when he came home. He was so happy to see that his room was clean. He was actually a little upset because he wanted to help me, and I told him there's going to be plenty more opportunities where I'm sure his room is going to need to be picked up. Like, this won't be the last. So I did feel a little bad, but he was happy to see that his room was picked up and clean after, you know, a month of being sick. Moving on to the next day, which is the bathrooms. I dread cleaning the bathrooms. We've gotten severely behind on this. Like I said, we were sick for like a month. I've repeated that a million times. But in case you're new here, no, this is not how we live every day. I feel like the bathroom's pretty self-explanatory. Like, there's only so much you can do. You pick up this, throw away that, wipe down the mirror, wipe down the counter, clean the toilet, a little bit of the shower. I wasn't able to clean the shower all the way that I normally do because I was out of my products, but it at least got sanitized, so I can't complain. And of course, through the midst of this, I am doing some laundry and then heading on into mom and dad's bathroom. This one really wasn't too bad. It more or less was just like the counter that needed picked up and like cleaned. I gave the boys haircuts, I think like a few days prior to this, so I already like swept and mopped the floor. And then the toilet stays relatively clean there because we honestly hardly use it. I think our downstairs bathroom is probably like the most used, so I honestly didn't worry about cleaning it because it had hardly been used. And just like that, I have a nice clean house. It feels so refreshing, especially taking like the Christmas stuff down. Like part of me was dreading it because it like fills in the space, but also I felt so refreshed after like putting it away, disinfecting my home, and just having our space back. If you missed part 1, which was the downstairs, then I will leave the link to that at the end of this video. I hope you enjoyed watching, and I will see you guys in our next video.